Welcome back to Fandom Frontline. Today I'll be diving into episode 5 of Talamasca the Secret Order, A Puzzle Palace. This is the penultimate chapter before next week's finale, but instead of building suspense, this episode leaves us with twists that should feel seismic, yet somehow land with the softness of a deflated balloon. So let's talk about why. If there's a moment where the episode nearly convinces you it's about to be great, it's the beginning. We pick up immediately after last week's delightfully bonkers wet work. Guy stumbles back into Jasper's strangely cavernous private garage, only to be tackled, throttled, and almost vamped out by Jasper. It's manic, campy, and absurd, and it's the sort of genre fun this show desperately needs more of. And Doris busting out of the car with a makeshift flamethrower, for one glorious minute, Talamasca remembered how to be pulpy and entertaining. But then the brakes screech. The vibrant chaos evaporates, and the show returns to its early season habit of sticking characters in rooms and having them exchange cliches, while dramatic strings insist that something important is happening. Guy's emotional sincerity can be endearing, but the writing gives him nothing to work with. Once he and Doris get to the safe house, the energy disappears entirely. What should be a revealing emotional reckoning becomes a long monologue telling us nothing we didn't already know. And this is where the episode falters most. It confuses duration with depth. It thinks a long speech equals meaningful character development, but it doesn't. And then we get to the twists, all of them delivered like exclamation points at the end of half finished sentences. Helen and her twin were part of some long buried Talamasca experiment. Olive, played by Maisie Richardson Sellers, one of my favorite actors from DC's Legends of Tomorrow, has barely existed as a character, and now she's suddenly revealed as Jasper's mole. Not only that, but Doris has had the 752 this entire time. These should all be huge revelations, but with only a 6 episode season, the show hasn't been able to do the groundwork. The emotional investment isn't there. The twist can't land when the characters involved have barely been defined. It's not that the ideas are bad, they're actually classic espionage thriller material, but Talamasca, at least so far, has skipped the steps that make twists satisfying: stakes, context, and character clarity. Strip away the supernatural elements, and the Puzzle Palace exposes the show's biggest flaw. It gestures towards complexity without earning it. Characters declaim instead of speak, scenes reach for tension without building it. The actors do their best with cliche dialogue that feels like a daytime soap trying its hardest to be a John le Carre novel. And it's a shame, because there is a good show buried in here. A gothic spy thriller about institutions manipulating lives, about the vulnerable sucked into centuries long conspiracies, but this episode hits the beats of that story without the rhythm. Still, the Puzzle Palace does serve one purpose: it clears the board. By the end, we at least know where the finale is headed. The season's arcs, however loosely tied together, finally point toward a conclusion. And there's enough intrigue surrounding the mother show's impending the Vampire Lestat storyline to keep the spark alive. This episode may not succeed as drama, but it does succeed as setup, and with just one episode left, hope can be a powerful motivator. So what did you think of the Puzzle Palace? Did the twists work for you, or did they fall flat? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dive reviews. So thanks for watching Fandom Frontline. I'll see you next week for my live, full season review of Talamasca the Secret Order.